Before we get into this evening's live, I'd like to go over a very chaotic day that has gone on, maybe not in the overall crypto market, but within the XRP community, as we've seen the prices surge here. As going into today, the volume had surged, into the end of the day yesterday, about 24 hours ago. It's that surged some 245%. Now, when the new data comes out, that's going to continue to climb, but we'll go over that within an article that kind of lays out the details a little bit clearer, and it'll give us a little more of a analytical style data point that we'll be able to at least add to our own analysis. We'll take a look at XRP as the bump and run pattern definitely played out as we thought. Now the only question is do we get stopped here? Is this the end of it, or can we end up breaking out? Like right now, it looks like we created a head and shoulders. We came down like a topping reversal pattern there in the small time frame in the minute. But if you take it into a little bit of higher time frames, we can see what's going on here as far as we broke well out of here. That 56.6 cents, we have now officially, where we're at right now, if that giant bull flag we're in right now plays out, we've officially flipped this 2018 resistance into a line of support until further notice. Until further notice. And we'll know if we have or not, and you'll see right now. And I'm not going to do this bull flag on this chart, and I'll show you why in a second. Well, first, we're going to have to, and we'll timestamp this. We have a lot to talk about. Since last night, we had a couple successful copy trades, so we'll go over that as well. And I based the formula on what we talked about last night for the XRP trade, and exactly what we talked about in the live, which is why I think it's so valuable for so many people that don't take advantage of this, why they should take advantage of this. I have an audience of 22,600 plus members, and on a good day, we'll have 400 people in here watching the live. On a, or above average day. On a good day, it's usually about 150, 125. Now that's kind of like the average now, but it varies, Man, it's so windy here. It's so windy. It varies. But it's an interesting thing right now with XRP, because where we stand right now, I'm sorry, I had to study something real quick on there. But we've got this bull flag, and if it plays out, okay, so it looks like we formed a potential bottom for a reversal. Now it can be invalidated if we come under that level. That's all. It even could be to the fact that we need to go up and create a W or whatever. That's the point. We don't know. So this would bring us up to 62.2 cents right now. That's very important, because that gets us topside of that uptrending yellow line, which is the rising channel resistance. Can't be on the bottom side of that. Can't be. If you're on the bottom side of this, you are very, unfortunately, severely bearish. Now, what makes it not as bearish as it seems, or that it's not bearish like it seems, is the fact we got over the 2018 resistance. And now it's a support. The other thing is, and this might not be meeting the eye to some, but it has not gone unnoticed by me, especially when I was talking about the bump and run pattern the last few days. Actually, remember before the weekend? For anybody who's in here, I talked about before the weekend, get ready. Are we going to have a weekend pump? Should you buy sub 60 cents? It was in regards to this. This was the rally that I seen. And look, even though it looks like a bump and run, isn't it just coming up? It looks like a cup and handle in the making. 64 cents, maybe right here up to like 62. I mean, that looks like that's what it's trying to do. First layer's already come through, put in a bullish handle, and then come back up. But it looks like we're trying to do, and that's the thing though, wouldn't this just be like maybe a cup and handle? Again, it just keeps repeating the pattern cycle, does it not? We keep repeating the cycle. But look at that, that's breaking out of this now. That was a bull flag that was set up. It consolidated down a lot, and now it's swinging out like we suspected. It set up an old classic bump and run pattern. Set up a bump and run pattern. I still think it should come higher. Whether it does or not, it's to be determined. we talked about for the last few days, and I don't want to talk about in the past tense after this, but it's relevant for what we're saying right now. We've talked about how first layer it needed to come up to was 57.4 cents, just so you know how long ago it was. And then, so I gotta close this, man. I'm gonna get blown away. Holy crap. My umbrella was up. And then we had that 584, which we're clearly on top of. And then we need to break 60 cents. You get on top of that, then we have that rising channel resistance. And in current times, that is at, and these are very important charts, 61.7 cents, which the technical target here is at 62.2 if this plays bullish. Now, if you're talking about a copy trade scenario here, these are the areas I somewhat like, but it might be a little too rich for my blood. I don't know, but it definitely could be setting up. And right now it's at about a 0.59% risk. It's tricky though. It's tricky. I don't generally like setting up a trade right before the flip of a close. So, but if it does play off of this at some point, we'll look to see where an appropriate area would be. Probably I mean, it's close to it, but the 20-day is a nice spot. So, but I could also see, we've seen this before. Look, we came here. We just did this from down here, and boom. Down here, and now it looks like it's going to repeat. It really does, but like we can just do it from the 20-day just in case it bounces. But I'm okay with it just coming up to, you know, the rising channel resistance. So that's what's going on here. So that could be the technical target on a play up. It's just right at the rising channel resistance. So we'll get into this a little bit more. And what I always love to do is after we get through some of our analysis, we read through the news that we have. We'll take a look at, you know, anything that we need to talk about with CopyTrade, anything that's going on with the exchanges. And then I like looking through the indicators on TradingView so we can put it all together. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this live. Less than half of you have hit that like button so far. I think we can do better than that. I think we can do better than that in this live. I do. I've seen us do better a lot. We're very early. There's a lot of people in here already. That is pretty crazy. But make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this this live. My content becomes recommended, and then when someone's searching through the YouTube news feed, that's the most important thing if you hit the like button. I pop up in the news feed. So even if you've seen my content, or if you haven't, this live will pop up so you'll be alerted to it just by scrolling. So make sure to hit that like button, and I will catch you on the other side of the intro. Good evening, 6:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, August 10th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. And you know, it tickled me when I put this together, only because of old Gary Gensler over there on the left side. That was my thing, and I put a lot of stuff in there, so if you were paying attention, you could see all the stuff that was relevant to the channel too. But Gary, oh man, it tickles me just to see that. But before I get into just saying hi to everybody, just a reminder for tomorrow, starting on Hotcoin, and I'm very pleased that they worked with me on this, and it's because of all of you that have signed up. I've been trying to get something going for the community, and Hotcoin from August 20th to September 5th, this is exclusive to if you've signed up with the link, or you do starting tomorrow, whatever you decide to do. But from August 20th to September 5th, if you do a $100 deposit on Hotcoin and you do one futures trade, you get $20. It's a 20% back. $500 deposit, you do 20,000 in futures, you get 100 back. $1,000 in USDT, and you do futures trade deposit, that is. You futures trade $50,000, which if you do a 10x trade on $1,000, that's already $10,000. That's 50,000. You'll get 210 bucks. It's a voucher. And then if you do $5,000 and then you futures trade 200,000, so just think about it, 5,000 times 10 on a 10x trade is 50,000. And if you do that 4 times, that's 200,000. And then you would get a $1,200 futures trading voucher. So just pay attention to that. That's going on starting tomorrow, and I'm trying to keep everybody updated. And you can go in the video description below video description below, and you can find the link to Hotcoin. You can just go to my channel, click on my Tom's Army picture, and then you'll see when it goes to my actual homepage, you'll see a link that says BITUNIX. Click on it. You know what? Why am I telling you this? I can just show you it. You click on it, you go here, and then you see where it says BITUNIX. Just click on that now. It's something I integrated. And then it says BITUNIX Crypto Exchange. You want to go to Hotcoin Crypto Exchange in this case if you want to copy trade me. And if you're new, some might ask why. Well, we have a $100 to $1,000 challenge is what I'm calling it. It's the $100 to $1,000 challenge. We started at $100 and right now we're at $291, I believe, 290. We're up 190+% is my point. So we'll get into that more. And then there's also BITUNIX. Both of them you don't have to do a VPN or KYC. So what I'm down, dude. What do you mean, Ed? Down in what? You're down on your luck? You're down on your, I don't know what you mean. Sure, should I buy more now at 60? No, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you whether or not to buy or sell. But like I say. Oh, you're down. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of what he's down in. I'm like, what is he down in? I'm trying to figure it out. He's down in what we're doing. I see. See, sometimes it's, I'm so laser focused that I can't even see what's right in front of me. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily buy right after the pump, Susan. But we'll go through it and you can make an educated and informed decision. That's the beauty of what I do here. I don't tell you what to do, but I can help you. I'm not a financial advisor after all. Rudy Poo, welcome in. XRP as world reserve currency whispers. I've been echoing that thought for a few years. Silver Days, welcome in. Tom's Army, XRP Army King. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Noah, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XB589 Moon Badge. We bullish fam looking. We'll talk about this little bullish setup we could possibly have right now. We talked about that underneath support too. And there's a technical leverage trade you could take out for a 0.68% downfall. Technically, that's within my margin of error, but I'm not going to do it right now because I'm live and I want to go over what we've done in the past. Wales, Josie Wales, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Jossie Saucy, welcome in, my friend. I always love seeing you in here. You got a certain spark to you, my friend. Anthony Venegas, welcome in. Sean Crothers, welcome in, my main man from Maine. And a trusted mod. I appreciate seeing you in here. Tanya May, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over a year with the I Told You So badge. We're going to have to look over HBAR tonight as well as you're in here, and I really do want to look forward into it. I know JW will appreciate it as well. Shane, welcome in. CJ2 Pilot, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Nick, I talked about you in my update this morning about how you were spot on yesterday about that FVG at about 58.7, and we came sure as shit right up to it before that retracement earlier, and then we're able to break through it. So I appreciate you for backing what we were seeing in the analysis last night, and it was beautiful. Beautiful. George, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. CJ2 Pilot says, hello everyone, I'm back in the copy trade. I got liquidated a few weeks ago on something I did wrong setting it up, but today I followed Tom's tutorial and I'm back in it. Nah, it's probably not your fault either. There's a lot of weird stuff. Going on with the copy trading. That's why I do it at $100 at a time. So if we lose 10%, we lose $10, but we've built it up now to almost $300, so I'm very happy about that. Donnie Young, welcome in. Once in a blue moon, XRP overnight, $1,000. Oh, I would come on and I would be, oh man, would that be an epic live if that ever happened. Harley, Ryan, Alan, Marie, welcome in. Bozak, welcome. Brington, man, there's a lot of people in here tonight. Mark Caston, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. UK Phil, welcome in, my friend, along with Mo and Rob Hokelek. Thank you all for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XP Predictor. What a beautiful group we have in here tonight. Nowhere Gainer, yeah. Oh, we already went through here. Chris Miles, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over for your 2nd month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Caesar, I almost missed you. Welcome in your 1st month in Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, and that is my face superimposed on that emoji badge. And he says, let's go new to the member channel. Excellent. Excellent. Love seeing you in here. Love seeing you in here. I think, did I get to everybody? Almost. Coco, welcome in. Hi, Tom. It's playing out like we thought. It sure is, Coco and Ruben. And see, Coco's in here almost every single day. Obviously, if he's busy, obviously, if Coco's busy, won't be able to get in here, Coco and Ruben. So look, we get 2 for 1. But it is playing out like we've been talking about the last few days, isn't it, my friend or friends? Shane Gross, welcome in, and thanks for tuning in this evening and sending the first donation of the evening. A $5 donation says, when you can, Tom, give us a rundown on XDC. Holding over 100,000. Do you think it's enough, Tom? Oh, 100,000 is a beautiful amount to hold with XDC. That was my personal target as well. I think that's a great target. I'll go over that tonight. I will, for you, knowing how much you hold. Love my XRP as well, holding over 5 years. Excellent, excellent, Shane. So you're looking at it down the road. Pump Master says, I'm here. Yeah, higher highs. Yep, it's looking pretty good right now. George, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus. You told me, not only do you have the XP meter, but you let me know that, in fact, Ed was not down on his luck. He was down with what I was saying because apparently I'm so, I can't even see what someone's saying. E4 Rockin' says, I entered along at 56.84 a few days after watching a stream. Saw the same head and shoulder patterns as you shared live. Set my stop loss below last low on daily. Waited till today to take profit. See, that is what I like to see. You set your stop loss below the last low on the daily. See, that's a beautiful. That's perfect. Thank you for sharing that. That makes me really happy to see that. We do have the Mojo Pump Master. Yes, indeed. E4 Rocket says doubled up, so I'm going to follow for fun. Excellent, 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 excellent. Hey, you were the same. 17X, you did beautiful. Beware clawback, government control design that way. Yes, Pump Master. I actually did a beautiful live one day talking about exactly that. Devin, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So Bad. It's a great crew tonight indeed. Big CJ, welcome in. Syrian, thanks for being a trusted mod and also being in Tom's Army for your 2nd month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Jorge, welcome in. Mark Caston, pumping up indeed, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. Khan, welcome in. Oliver Marks, welcome, and thanks for being in your 1st month in Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And some of you who are new might say, why do you say hi to everybody in the beginning? Because you took the time to say something to me, and I like to keep the positivity flowing. Plus, you need to know who the members of Tom's Army are each and every day when they're talking. Because of them, you get ad-free viewing during the lives themselves in real time. So if you like not being interrupted during the lives, thank each of the members you see with a badge next to their name, because they independently sponsor my content when we go live. Simply by being in Tom's Army, or anybody who's ever sent a YouTube super chat. Also, go, and you know, obviously the ones in Tom's Army, or past, present, and future. So if you're watching this on rerun, if you want to see this without ads, you're gonna have to watch us live at around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today I started at 6. Tomorrow I might start at 7. That's why it's just an estimate. Kiana, welcome in from morning from sunny Christchurch, New Zealand. Welcome in, wow. Welcome in from all the way across the pond. Chris Miles, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your 2nd month with Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Wow, already your 2nd month. I feel like it was just yesterday you joined for the 1st. That's crazy. Brian, the person reading this is awesome. I love his name. I went to Leverage last night before the pump, but my platform had technical issues. Still hyped though. Those bastards. They always seem to have those. Don't they? Exchanges always have those fishy technical errors just before a pump happens. It seems to happen all too often. Paul Antonio, welcome in. Silver still up trade. Yes, indeed. We'll talk about silver and gold today. I'm very happy in B2 gold. Oh, mwah, B2 gold in the last 10 days. Easiest trade we could have ever made, as we talked about. MC Prosperity, welcome in front. I'm glad to see you in the house. You always bring a little spark here as well. Silver Days, welcome in, and thank you for telling everybody to smash the likes, along with Syrian telling everybody how many likes we have, about 70 when there's 124 people. She put everybody to the task. Ryan Hayes, welcome in. You're cutting your hair in September. Well, technically, if I get to $1, I can cut my hair. And yes, we're going on guys and gals, we're going on 14 months since I last cut my hair, when I said I wouldn't cut it when XRP until it hit $1. But that was my out clause. Technically, it's supposed to be till we hit all-time highs, so I may never cut my hair. Let's see. No, I'm just kidding. I believe we're going to go much higher than all-time highs. Nomad, welcome in, and thanks for being in your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Appreciate that. What I simply need is $5 per. I'll match any donation, I'll match any $10 donation, drum roll. Hey, Chris Miles. We'll see if anybody takes you up on that. He says I'll match any $10 donation. What I simply need is $5 per. Hey, he said if somebody donates $5 to me during this live, he will match it with a $10 donation of his own. I'm down for that. Let's see if we have generosity in the audience. After all, XRP's up 5.89% today, or 6%. We put everybody in the right spot for this. So if you've ever wanted to join Tom's Army, or send a YouTube super chat to pay it forward for everything I do, or all the time, because after all, time is the most important thing I have, send a YouTube super chat tonight when we have a sponsor who wants to match you mano a mano. At least he'll even give you 2-to-1 odds. 2-to-1 odds. 2-to-1. Oh my goodness, somebody actually did donate. It's the sales pitch, right? Brian says $10 AUD, haha. Hey, it's still $10. Your third YouTube super chat. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's get into this, everybody. Jody, welcome in. I appreciate you tuning in as well tonight, as long as everybody else. It's such a beautiful audience we have. I just can't say it enough. Man, oh man. Makes me so happy to see what we're accomplishing and what we're growing here. It really is. And these lives are so very important. It's where you get all of the information. It really is. It's where you get all of the information, everybody. Thanks, Brian. I really appreciate that. And I like it how it says you're awesome. The person reading this is awesome. It's positivity. It's a power of positivity. Chris Miles, positivity drum roll complete. Thank you, Chris. He did it too. He matched it. He matched it. Thank you for that, Chris. I appreciate that $10 donation. The positivity drum roll complete. See, it only takes a simple act of kindness. It looks like, at least in the here and now, we do have a technical move up. The problem is here, and this is why I came short of saying, hey, we're just breaking up right away, is the fact that we do have this gravestone in the 30. Now, we can invalidate it with this candle. I would like to say this is an inverted hammer, but man, I don't like seeing that wick below it. It's not a huge wick. So there are the simple cases where you have the 80% or 78% inverted hammer, where you do get the small wick pull through. I never really like seeing that, but Jedi, thank you for being in your first month in Tom's Army with the I told you so bad. That's excellent. I mean, not the I told you so bad. How am I skipping you ahead? With the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, and that is my face superimposed on there. Amber, if you're watching out in the abyss, she made me that circa 2018, well before I was ever known on YouTube. Hell, I could barely do technical analysis in 2018. I was getting my ass kicked. I was trying, but I was getting my ass handed to me. And that's the experience you all appreciate today. Even everybody goes through losses. That's what makes you want to get better. JW, thank you for the $10 donation. Crazy generous audience we have here this evening. Crazy generous audience. We'll see if we'll get one new member in Tom's Army. Oh, I'm putting you guys, well, not on the spot, but we'll see if we get one new member of Tom's Army that just can't pass up the opportunity. That just can't pass up the opportunity. It's going to be tough to get under 51 cents right now. It's going to be tough, and the reason why is because we're over the 2018 resistance. As of right now, we're trying to make a clear case that that is now a layer of support. And for anybody who wasn't here yesterday, this is the value of joining the lives. And what will, and it's a very short thing, and I'm only going to make you watch this once, and it's only because it's relevant. And it's because somebody's going to watch this after, and they're going to say, I might not want to come in here and watch this guy's content. But you should. You really, really should. And this is a simple short that I took from the live yesterday. Watch this.
Did I delete that again? But I'm telling you, it looks like this D shape.
Starts by saying it's a bear flag, right?
Did I bear flag? Did I delete that again? But I'm telling you, it looks like this D shape. If it's gonna hold, we are gonna see this down, and then it's gonna have to play back like this. I'm telling you, unless we get a V shape, I don't know how it's gonna do it unless it's like a W. But I don't know if it's gonna be able to go boom and then back around, because remember, every time it does that, let's make sure that stays. We do this on the 2018 resistance or support, see? And that's what I was talking about. Look where I said it could go. 5620 area.
So 5620 was what I said yesterday. And when we came down, look at, we filled the V shape out. 5613, 5611, depending on chart. But we filled it. That's exactly what we talked about yesterday. So I opened up a trade, and now we can tie it in, because everybody always wants to know about that too if I make one. So we'll tie it in. So we talked about it yesterday, and I said, if it comes down to 5220, I'll wait to see if there's a formation set up, and then I'll take a shot. And I don't know ever when it's going to be. I don't know however it's going to go. Right now, we're up $191.23. We're on a $100 to $1,000 challenge. We're at $291 right now. So we're doing fantastic. The order data from yesterday and today. So that trade I opened at 56. No. I opened it at 56.31. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Everybody's stuff is in the way. I can't see it. I can't see it. Let me go into the future so it shows me more information. That just I need all of the information. I don't want to be in my copy chart. I'm just going to do it right here so we can see the order history. So we opened it at, oh, there we go. We opened this at 50. What the fuck is this at? 56.66. I waited for the setup to form, opened it at 56.66, and it ended up making, going up to 58.07. That was 25%. That was the trade right there. 56.66 back up to 58.07. I actually did a shorter one too, but that was earlier in the day. We did a couple more, but that was the one. And then earlier this morning, this morning, Ethereum had a move, and we ended up having 11.84% as well on Ethereum. It was like 2,589 to 2,620, and we were in the trade all of 23 minutes. 23 minutes for that one. So it was a good day. It's been a good few days. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and past performance doesn't predict future past performance doesn't necessarily reflect future happenings, so to say. So, but you know, it's always good to have a track record, and you can join by following on Hotcoin, video description below, and then you have to type. There's an instructional video too if you just look at my update videos from today. So, but I wanted to show everybody because everybody always asks me about that, and I want to get out of the way when it's relevant because we're talking about it. So that was the drop down we had. So when some of you asked, well, how do you make a stop loss? Well, I don't, there's no me saying, oh, I'm going to do a 3, 5, 10%. It's all based on the formation. So right now, I will say, if you're taking out, you heard me at the start, if you're taking out a leverage trade, and right now we're at about 598, you take it out underneath this formation right here. So if I was doing it, I would put the stop loss at about, because I want to make it tight here, 594. If it broke below 594, but nope, can't do that, because you want to make sure you're on a USDT perpetual futures chart. You have to make sure you're on the right chart. So now look at the difference. So you might have put it at 5941 on USD. Wrong. 5935 is where it should go on USDT. If it breaks that, we should come to 5886, and you can realign it and try to see if there's a setup there, and it may be attempted at 588, or actually no, I don't like 588 or 584. So pay very close attention. It could be either or. So there's no right way to say what your percentage is going to be. I base my buys on the formation. This looks bearish to me, so I wouldn't do. If you go long here, you really have some testicular fortitude, because this should go wrong in a hurry. This should be a case where, yeah, you could do this and have a, let's see how big that loss is. You could do this, right? But you don't want to do this all day and be wrong. You could do this and you're like, on a $100 trade in our group, this would be a $6.30 risk right now on a 10x trade. They're $1,000 trades, but they're $100 times 10. If you did $1,000, it would be a $63 risk. So yeah, you don't want to go into a risk like that when you can clearly see maybe that looks more bearish than bullish. If it surprises me, so be it. But this isn't the time that I want to go and do it necessarily just yet. We had a nice move. We finished a cup. Now, wouldn't it make it more common here on a short-term cup, in my opinion, that we would do, and I'm just speculating, that on the short term we would do this and then come out on bouncing on the support? I think so. I think we need to find the next layer of support, and it should either be 588 or 584. And if this holds, so be it. But it's giving me the wrong impression right now. You know, it could come down still. It really could. Because, or I mean, it could go up still. But just what I'm seeing, I wouldn't take the chance. Just me personally, this isn't where I want to take the chance. Especially when we're only an hour and 29 minutes before the flip of the clock. That's when the most volatility happens. Very dangerous. I'm not going to give you information that I wouldn't even use. So, that's where I need to go get my jacket. Man, did it get cold. What the hell is going on here in Michigan? August 19th, and our high today was 70. No wonder I'm cold. It's feeling 65 and just getting chillier. Hold on, I'll be right back. This craziness. You know, and if it was in the wintertime, this would feel warm. So with XRP, that's the breakdown right now. And we also knew we had to come down into that area yesterday we talked about. It wasn't just me being like, oh, I'm the best at making a prediction. Look what that drop down did. It was very easy to predict this drop because we had to back test this breakout. We had the micromanagement of the levels. That's why I love the different charts. And you'll only be able to stay on top of it if you're here every day. It is a lot of work, but I do like doing this a lot. I do like doing this a lot. I'm sorry about the wind, but our winter months here, we only get like 4 months out of the year where I can really be outside. There are 5 months out of the year where I can be outside doing this in Michigan. So while I'm outside, or when I can, I always like to do these outside because you're going to get a nice 6-7 month stretch where all you're going to see is my TV behind me with like the different storms and stuff. It's really cool what I put on in the background. I always change it up a little bit, but you're not going to see the outdoors. You're not going to hear the wind or the birds or whatever the case may be. So we just embrace it while we can, because in winter we have very harsh winters, lots of snow, gets very freaking cold, sub-zero. So, you know, we enjoy it while we can. We enjoy it while we can. So yeah, I've all this just to consider when we're watching this. I still think ultimately we'll play up And we've talked about the rising channel resistance. We've talked about the cup and handle resistance. I think we ultimately play up into those areas near 64 cents. I really do. And now that we can break clear out of here in this chart, the next main thing is the resistance at 68.5. So if we can push up and outward, we've got some nice, we've got a nice destination where we're going if we can continue up. For now, I'm going to get rid of this just so it's not in the way. But we got some nice movement or momentum here that can pick us up. We've definitely got some nice momentum. I'm going to get rid of this so we can see a little bit easier. But we've got nice momentum. We've finally broken out of a 6.5-year resistance right now, it looks like. It honestly does. We've had one chance where we almost look similar, and we just created the Batman top. Now the case is, are we going to do it again? But this is a more legit chance. We came down, created that nice V shape. Almost looks like if we start playing this out, and it's what we talked about, is this just a sneaky long-term? That looks like a nice inverse head and if that happens and we finally breach this, I mean, we're going to make a big move. We've got some big technical targets that we're just going to take this step by step. I'm not going to FUD it up, or at least not FUD it up, but I'm not going to, you know, give some false hope here before we break these levels. We got some big targets ahead of us. We've got some big targets ahead of us. And these are just, hey, if we play out properly, we've got some big targets ahead of us. Whoops. And I mean big targets. And some will be like, that's it? That's it? 3.5 years? That's it? Cup and handle's $1.18. We have the $1.97, but that wasn't the top. What the heck happened? Oh, it's right here on this chart. We have $2.40 if that 6.5-year consolidation that we have now officially are on top of and trying to flip officially from resistance to support. The technical target, if we finally have flipped this, is up over $2.40 in time. It's not going to happen overnight, but as it plays out, if it plays true, those are the targets. You have those other targets resistance that I've shown you over the top, but ultimately that's what we would be playing up to. That would put you over the 2021 resistance and put you basically in between the 2021 resistance and the 2018 all-time highs. So that's where you can make some noise. So a lot of promising things coming for XRP, a lot of things that go unnoticed, but a lot of things we've been working towards for almost a decade now. Let's put it for what it is. Once we get into 25, we're only going to be 3 years away from a decade since it hit all-time highs. Sounds crazy, but compared to 2017 fractal, now you could touch all. I want to read that. You could touch near all-time high in 2 weeks from now. Don't know if we can get that volume. Let's see. No, I know, Tanner. That's what I keep trying to tell everybody. And I don't want to give up hope because I can see this is. I haven't felt this way. This is how it's building up since 21. I have not felt this way in over 3.5 years. And it has that same feeling of we're just that. All we need is that little flip of volume to come in, and it could go pretty interesting. Think it's going to hold value after or going to drop? Remains to be seen. That's all hypothetical for me to say. I would have to see how the volume's coming in. I couldn't give you a real honest input. My personal opinion is once we hit 350 all-time high area, we should have about a 50% correction back down to around the $1.97, $1.98 2021 resistance. I think we could do that because you're going to get a lot of people that are going to want to sell out that have been sitting for years. So I could see that. Hey now says our lives change in the next 2 weeks. We shall see about that. We'll see about that. We definitely got a lot to look forward to. XRP Bitcoin pairing, if you've all just been paying attention, how highly did we telegraph this for everybody? Talked about the inverse head and shoulders, talked about the targets, and talked about the ultimate target. This just tells me XRP is very bullish right now. Even this is starting to swing back around into a cup and handle. Tells us that this is either coming up to 1018 or 1086 or 1162 in time here. It is. We already filled out the first technical target, the 1116. So now that we filled this out, we delete this. We put the resistance top up here now. It's all the way up here at 1164. We now have a technical long-term breakup target of about 116. I mean, there's a lot going on here. A lot going on. XDC, before I forget, up 0.45% to 2.63 cents. Looks like it's setting up for a swing around 2 here. It's probably swinging around here to like 2.7, but it looks like it's set up for that technical move to 281. It still hasn't satisfied it. And that's technically where it should come back and reach. We've already back tested the breakout point here, big time, multiple times here, because we came back down and this could have been a resistance, and now it should act as a breakup to at least retest 281. The very long-term descending triangle, or descending consolidation, I should say, here. So this is something big when it happens, but it's going to have a move up here eventually. But we're going to push that 4 cents, even if it comes bearish. There's something big working for XDC, so don't give up hope. 100,000 tokens is a beautiful number to have, as you asked me before. Somebody had asked me before. HBAR is up 1.56% at 5.39 cents. HBAR, it bounced off this bottom nicely at 4969, and now it's given a trade. If you have the testicular fortitude, which I may not, but right now you would put the support right now very close at 505. That's a little far for my liking, though. I'll be honest. Little far for my liking on a leverage trade, as I only like to be about 0.75%. I mean, you're talking about, if I did that on a $100 trade and this came through, that's $53 loss. So that's kind of out of my range where I don't like to see it. But plus, I don't open up a trade like that unless it's spot without looking at this. You know, so if I'm being honest, in the short term, yeah, 50.65 if that's an inverse head and shoulders. But you could do it at 5227 if you're a gambler and you're like, I want to see if this short-term pattern plays out. This is what I would do. I'm not recommending it, but this is what I would do. I'm trying to teach as we go because a lot have been begging me to teach you how to do the stop loss. You look down here, formation's 2.99%. That would cost you about 30% in a 10x leverage trade. You could modify it to, you know, a lower margin, but I like to do 10x at least. And then that's how you would play this. But that's still a doozy. That's still a doozy. So, but that's how I do it. I try to find the formation, particularly if you could get a quick dump down here to like 512 is what I would see. If it comes down to 512 and it doesn't invalidate the structure of the inverse head right there, but it comes down and tries to shatter it, but it doesn't quite, that's where you can take a shot there. And then you could put a quick stop loss under here, and then it ends up being like 0.75%. That's what I like to find. That's why I have such a tight margin, because it forces you to wait until the drop just before the rise. Have a lot of you noticed with the copy trades, it's literally maybe minutes, because I'm always waiting for what looks like that liquidity strike just before to push us up farther. So sometimes it costs me, but most times it works out in my favor, because you can't always control the volume influx. You don't. Sometimes it looks like it could be good, then it invalidates, and that's why I use a stop loss. So, but I want to talk about how the volume was surging, and this is even before coming into today. So XRP volume surges almost 235% as Ripple whales fill their bags. Ripple XRP is witnessing large buying activity from whales as it looks to make the most of favorable decision in the major legal case against the SCA. According to on-chain activity monitors, XRP's buying volume has surged just above 240% in the last 72 hours. However, this major buying activity is yet to be translated into bullish price action, as the cryptocurrency remains stranded below 0.5 or 57 cents. But now we've broken above this now. Remember, this was how the bump and run was set up. We were oh so confident. And now if it could break up over 62, you could see a big W would form right there. That's what it looked like before. So in the whales, so XRP whales are having a field day as they look to fill their bags with the coin of their choice. The major uptick in buying activity is attributed to large wallets, especially those with 1 to 10 million XRP already in their coffers. These big fishes in the Ripple pond are known to make massive splurges occasionally. However, it is not known today whether this is a concerted effort to jack up the price of the major digital currency or a flurry of actual market sentiment that we'll see XRP achieve new highs. All in all, these big wallets accumulated a massive 662.4 million XRP tokens in the space of 11 days in August, which is a big number. This is in contrast with Bitcoin and other altcoins, which are bleeding funds on exchanges and through exchange-traded fund ETFs. So that's a lot that they spent in the last 11 days prior to the last 24 hours. I mean, that's insane. So they know something. Crypto Fear and Greed Index right now is sitting at 28 fear. Yesterday was at 31 fear. Last week was at 25 extreme fear. Last month was at greed 74. That was the high right there. It was closing in on extreme greed before the drop. And I believe the last day we hit that was about July 29th, maybe July 27th. But that's that. And now this is actually one of my favorite parts. I love doing this. We have 149 people here. Hopefully you enjoy this as much as I do. And make sure to hit that like button. 122 likes, 153 people watching. I appreciate everybody watching. Key data right now, volume 324.919 million here on this exchange. And that's not, let's see what it is on some of the other ones. Because I want to see the total trading volume. So trading volume, this is the key stats all across. I don't just want one exchange. So market capitalization, 33.6 billion. Fully diluted market cap, 59.8 billion. Trading volume last 24 hours, 1.595 billion. That's up significantly. When we looked yesterday, it was around 600 million for the previous 24 hours. An all-time high is 355. Circulating supply, 56.1 that are on exchanges. 60 billion total if you look at off exchanges that we can't buy. That are, for instance, yeah, there's a whole big thing that goes on. Total supply, 99.9 billion, but I don't want to get into all that. It might make some of your heads blow up. Right now, XRP, they still have as a buy. It's been the last 2 days now. It was a strong sell up until about 2 days ago. Performance, last 1 week up 8.23%. Last month, 4.16%. Last 3 months up 11.17%. Last 6 months up 6.38%. Year to date minus 2.78%. 1 year time frame, we're up 15.04%. Now let's get into the technicals. In the daily, it's signaling a buy right now, but you know, it's hard to say. So 4 hourly, the oscillator, just like yesterday, signaled a sell. 3 sell, 1 buy, 7 neutral. But the moving averages is what I would base it on, not the oscillators. That's just me. If you like the oscillator, so be it. But I prefer to take stock and ownership into the moving averages over. 13 buy, 1 neutral, 1 sell. Strong buy makes it 14 buy, 8 neutral, 4 sell for a buy. Right now, we'll start with the Fibonacci, then we'll go through all of the SMA and EMA moving averages and all the little indicators that fulfill a little destiny for us as we try to come to a logical conclusion of what comes next. Fibonacci, the pivot point right now, 56.6 cents. We bounced up off of it. We've got resistance 1 that we're over at 57.9. Resistance 2's right at that 58.8 mark we talked about, which right now we're trying to turn into support, but that's 58.75. And then where's this page, CJ2 Pilot? So if you go on TradingView, no matter which XRP indicator or XRP chart you're looking at, just go where it shows the overview. Come down to the bottom, CJ2 Pilot, click on symbol details. And then when you're right here, click on more technical. So you see where it shows the buy, it shows a little thing where it looks like a gas tank. Click right under it where it says more technicals. And then I encourage you to flip through all of them to see, like, the weekly is going to show different as well. The weekly actually shows strong buy, but we're looking at the shorter time frame. But overall, we know we're strong. But look at this in the weekly. 9 neutral, 2 buys for the oscillator, making it a buy. 13 buy, 1 neutral, 1 sell, making it a strong buy. And it's 15 buy, 10 neutral, 1 sell in the weekly for a buy. But going back to the 4 hourly, is this can help you transcend a momentary decision. We've got also monthly candle looks pretty good, Coco. I agree. And then we've got resistance 3 at 60 cents. That's what we're trying to flip right now. We failed the first time and it held up as resistance. So that's that. And now let's go through this. Relative strength index, RSI 14, neutral. Stochastic percentage 14, 3 and 3. neutral. Commodity channel index 20, sell. Average directional index 14, neutral. And these are the oscillators. Awesome oscillator, neutral. Momentum 10, sell. Moving average convergence divergence level 12 and 26, buy. Stochastic RSI, fast 3, 3, 14, 14, sell. Williams percent range 14, neutral. Bull bear power, neutral. Interesting. I believe yesterday it was one of those two were a sell yesterday. Ultima oscillator 714 28, neutral. Now this is where it gets fun. Exponential moving average EMA 10 58 22, buy. SMA simple moving average 10, buy at 57.8 cents. Exponential moving average 20, buy at 57.6 cents. So this is telling you, according to these, if you see these numbers, they're buys right now. Simple moving average, SMA 20, buy. And this is what, and I hate to break it to everybody, but if you've ever been, I like to call it conned, fleece heisted and siced, swindled, however you want to place it, bent over a railing, you know, lost your shirts and shorts by buying a special indicator that gives you a spot on, you'll see it. A bunch of channels do it. Buy my indicator and it'll tell you whether to buy or sell. All it is putting all of these together, and they put a fancy buy or sell sticker over the top. All they're doing is using this. You could simply do it yourself just by watching this channel for free and learning how to do it. Isn't that a crazy thing? Isn't that a crazy thing how it works when you have knowledge? Simple moving average 20, buy at 57.22. Exponential moving average 30, buy at 57.4 cents. Simple moving average 30, buy at 56.9 cents. Exponential moving average 50 day, buy at 57.05 or 57.09. SMA 100, buy 56.1 cents. EMA average 200 day, buy 56.3. SMA 200, buy 58.05. Ichimoku base line 926.52.26, neutral at 58.07. And this is what we have to pay attention to because it's hit it pretty good every single time. The Hall moving average 9, sell at 59.90. Volume weighted moving average 20, buy 58.19. So right now you're painting a picture. Anything around 58.22 and below is a buy right now, technically according to the 4-hour indicators. Anything around 59.90 is a seller above right now until otherwise noted. So that's what you're looking at, the accumulation right now, unless it flips bearish. Right now, according to all of the indicators, we're looking rather bullish here today. And I still suspect we could have a back test of 58.8 or 58.4. But right now it's suggesting we're bearish at the 59.9 level. And we need to go back and get further consolidation around 58, maybe as low as 56.7, I believe it said. But 58's a strong area to buy, all the way down to that 50. All those levels are buys. So it'd be hard to get back down in that range because we're going to get a little influx here because a lot of people use the indicators and even more think they're using something special from their favorite YouTuber when really all it is what I just read packaged into a fancy indicator. Hey, but what are you going to say? Now we get to the fancy part. Most of you will leave now. We have 135 people. We'll see how many people make it through the precious metals part. But, yeah, ADA is a pile of... Tanya, I think ADA is overrated. And I've made no bones about it over the years. I think if you're going to hold ADA, why not just hold algo when it's 3 times less than what that is now or even more? That's just my personal opinion. Because algo and ADA, you're basically vying for one or the other with the similar technology. So which one, in your opinion, is better, algo or ADA? And if you can make that decision and you say algo, well, you're getting a 3-to-1 deal, if not more, because algo right now is only at 12.3 cents. Oh my God, that's crazy. So gold right now, as the US dollar is just falling off. Sent you my view, Tom. Absolutely. Nick, I can check it on the stream if you don't mind. I can go, and I know you know what I know, Tanya. I know you know that I know that you know, and that's all that matters. Absolutely, Pump. I agree with that. Kryptonian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Time Zone for your 3rd month plus with the XRP Meteor. So Right now, we'll look at silver a little bit too, but right now, we'll start with gold. Gold is at 2,504. It held beautifully. I mean, that is an absolute beautiful, looks like inverse, could be inverse head and shoulders building here. Bull flag, V-shape, possible recovery, big bullish Gartley, W reversal. However you want to spin this, it looks absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. So this looks very good to me, and I still think we have that target at 25. I actually need to make it the actual target because I need to make sure it's lined up perfectly now that we know that was the breakout. And then we came back right here for the actual breakout. We do it based on the support, not how far it went down. I'd rather it be below it than above it. All right, that's fine. So the actual target is 2,526. And now, I mean, there's a big measured move here on two different fronts. That if we get on top of that, it's much higher. We could go up to 2616. And then from the pattern breakout on gold, the technical target on a 44-year resistance is $4,000. We had a 44-year resistance that we finally got over, and we back tested at 2,375 to confirm it. Now we need to get over these next two targets to confirm this flip. If we're over 2,616 and moving, we confirm this to support structure. We've already basically done it, but we're looking very strong right now. Silver's behind, but it'll eventually catch up. That dump down it had in the monthly, this month, it was beautiful. Very bullish hammer candle. I guess you can't call it a hammer. Dragonfly doji probably, but it's still a doji candle. Looks bullish. And that should bring us up to about $31 in time here. And we still got a lot of ways to go with silver. That just continue watching it. You got a lot of value there at 84.9 to 1 in the gold silver ratio. But let's end this with B2 gold here tonight. B2 gold is at $2.75 on the close. I know it says $2.76, but that's after hours. It's at $2.75. We put out a buy alert on the air on Friday, just 10 days ago, to buy B2 gold. And I bought, and I showed everybody how much I bought at $2.41. I put $7,264 into this investment. And right now, it's up $1,023 or 14.09% in 10 days. See, I don't deal with the meme bullshit. I deal with what I believe can make me actual money. Because just as much, and I get a 5.95% dividend currently, but just as easily as that goes up in a meme is just as quickly as it goes down. I know you can make a lot of money in Pepe and all these other ones, but you can lose a lot more as well. So I choose to have I just have a set way that I do things. So I kind of take it more for the ones that I think are going to do something. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm going to go down with the fight. I'm going to go down fighting. Right now, B2 gold, we're waiting for it to show us exactly what it wants to do. It started the month on that bearish pull down. As I said, that was an opportunity unlike any other on an overzealous sell-off from earnings. Everybody acted like they didn't have enough revenue to cover the operation. And the earnings were good. They came in at 0.06. That's fantastic. Standardized negative 0.018. Estimate was 0.072. We reported 0.06, or they reported. They missed by 16.8%. Now, the important part is revenue. They estimated that they were going to have $472.684 million in revenue. They ended up reporting $492.569 million. They made $19.885 million more, 4.21% more revenue than expected. That's all I care about. So what? They had an overzealous expectation on earnings. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a rat's ass about that number at all, because they wanted to report it. Like, that's the thing. If the revenue's looking good, I'm good. That's how I knew it was overzealous. And I said that was an exceptional opportunity. I'm not going to say I begged, but I was telling everybody that is the spot. And look, my average is only at 241 because remember, I dabbled. Small amount at 270 as it started breaking through. And then I got it at 241, 235, or 237, 239, you know, so it ended up being 241. So this is what I was trying to preach. And I like precious metals. I like commodities. They're very undervalued, and they're not being talked about at all. And this run hasn't even started yet. That's the scary thing. The run in commodities hasn't even started yet. If you guys actually understood what I meant, some of you, it hasn't even started. You'll know it started when we break $3.36 with B2 Gold. This was all just a tremendous opportunity of a lifetime here. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I'm going to call that a show. Thank you all so very much. Hey, Pants, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I greatly appreciate that. You should know that I bought $15 worth of B2 Gold today. Because of what you sent me, those the $15 over the weekend, or whenever it was. I know you sent me 15 recently, so I ended up buying some more B2 Gold. Now I have 3,013 shares, 3,013 shares here. So I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. So thank you all so much, and have a blessed evening.